This is my analysis of Magic Murray's viral videos. It's a case study about the magician Murray Sawchuck, who collaborated with a viral video producer, Leach. Sawchuck is in the business of entertaining audiences through magical performances on stage and video recordings. Sawchuck has a brand. His brand is Dennis the Menace of Magic. Is seen as an exceptionally talented magician who has carved a niche for himself in playing public pranks, especially on figures of authority such as law enforcement agents and teachers. Who are his customers? His customers are in two major segments: those who consume his performances through live stage and those who consume it through YouTube videos. They also include advertisers and other organizations who endorse him or use him for brand promotions. His customers on YouTube include subscribers to his channel, especially the dedicated regular viewers of his videos, advertisers who place their commercials during his videos on YouTube, and sponsors who do product placements in products, in videos, or participates for visibility. Who are his competitors? His competitors are primarily magicians and other stage acts, entertainers, comedians, and talents who provide the same level of joy and succor to his audiences. His other competitors are YouTube video creators who offer similar magical performances and compelling digital video content with potentials to go viral. There are thousands of such talents and creators who are competing for share of stage, audience, and viewers. What are his business objectives? Why is he doing this? His objectives are clear from his intentions. His objective is to grow his business through viral videos. He's interested in filling up his halls. He wants his live performances to be filled through referrals from the viral videos. He hopes to use the viral videos to drive traffic to his performances, increase his appeal and followership, and also increase his advertising revenue and endorsement deals. He wants to be a commercially successful entertainer. Based on Porter 5 forces, it's important to recognize that 1. The threat of new entry is very, very high. The competitive rivalry is very, very fierce. Also, the threat of substitution is very high. The buyer power is high but can be negotiated. The supplier power is also high. So this is an industry that is described as hyper-competitive. But let's look at the details of the 5 forces. 1. The threat of new entry. The business of magic entertainment in the USA, especially in Las Vegas, is ultra-competitive. It is very competitive, with so many talents trying to break into the market of headline acts. Though Sawchuck was very talented, it took him having to appear on America's Got Talent for him to start headlining at shows in Las Vegas. The cost of entering this industry is relatively high, as performers have to constantly seek platforms for showcasing their talents, as this is the only way to keep them on the minds of their target customers, including show organizers and viewers. Magic and entertainment has a lot of talents competing for very few stage spaces and the same audience. Each talent has to endeavor to bring a unique flavor that would help increase their value proposition to viewers and help build their brand. The bigger the talent, the easier it is for them to attract crowds. Indeed, once a talent has strong followership, they tend to command command better appearances than those who do not, and they also fill the halls and reward the promoters and organizers of these shows better. Therefore, they want only those talents that have the capacity to fill their halls. The barriers to entering the industry are low, as any act talented can decide to start having their shows physically in small restaurants, bars, hotels, or even perform for free. And they can also create videos for free and put them on so many platforms: YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp, Telegraph, Snapchat, Twitter. Now there is democratization of platforms, so the ability to show yourself is now easier. So the threat of entry on the stage is high, but the threat of entry on various social media is very, very low. The barrier to entry is very, very low, except for national networks who will make sure that they can only bring reputable acts. Otherwise, people can enter the industry through social media and amplify their performances, and if they create sufficiently compelling viral videos, they can become popular acts. Competitive rivalry. There are several competitors for Sawchuck on his two major business platforms: stage performances and video appearances. There are a lot of talented entertainers struggling to get headline positions on the stage in the USA. He therefore has to compete with these acts for space and prominence. To maintain his presence, he has had to accept any opportunity that came his way. This helped him build a robust network. The customers are loyal to performers. They are loyal to performers who are consistent in entertaining them, in giving them joy, in connecting with them, in showing them things that they can identify with, in places they can recognize, and things that excite them. So they want performers who are constantly churning out creative acts and videos. On YouTube and television, there are several other video creators who churn out compelling content. The difference is in the strategy adopted by creators who intend for their videos to be viral. The competition is stiff because they want their videos to be popular and they want it to promote their talents. The threat of substitution. The threat of substitution of entertainers is especially high, as magicians are a dime a dozen. They are all over the place. It's a trick. They perform tricks, and people have learned the act of performing tricks. And so they are all over the place, and they can be easily replaced. And the audiences will support any act that gives them appropriate entertainment for the moment. So they are not absolutely loyal, and therefore they can easily switch either to live performances or videos. The cost of change and switching entertainers is very low and can be easily done. So the threat of substitution is very high. They can be easily substituted. The buyer power is moderately high. The audiences determine the success of the magician, whether on stage, television, or YouTube. The magician needs to bring compelling acts. He needs to entertain. He needs to get people to feel happy after watching him, or he needs to arouse some sort of emotion in them whenever they watch him. Therefore, the buyer power is really, really high. Getting people to respond, to be excited as a presenter of anything, especially creative arts, is a very, very demanding position. And so, as actors, they always have to constantly engage their audiences through contributions and creating opportunities for them to engage them, to give feedback, to make inputs, and to determine what they want to see next when the opportunity is available. In this case, the magician or talent has the power over the buyer, provided they keep producing content that is compelling and engaging enough to keep coming back to their shows or videos. So the point here is, yes, the buyer power is high. However, inversely, the magician's power is also high, because as long as they keep creating compelling content, their audiences will keep coming back. So the power to retain or lose the audience lies solely on the performer. The supplier power is quite high on the stage platform, but moderate on the audiovisual platforms. On the stages, the acts need to have concrete evidence from responses of audience to ticket sales. If a performance tickets sell out fast, the acts get more regular appearances and can become a headline act. However, if their ticket sales are low, the theater owners can easily remove them from their programs or significantly reduce the time they allot to them for performances. The YouTube channel presents a very open platform that allows entertainers produce and upload as many videos as possible. The power to succeed on YouTube depends on the entertainer's ability to utilize elements of humor, surprise, and affinity to create videos that elicit enough emotional reaction that would prompt viewers to share them enthusiastically across their personal networks. The impact of the videos can be used to direct viewers to future stage performances where they can hope to experience firsthand their favorite actors and possibly interact with them. So here, the supplier power is mixed again. You have sometimes that the owners of the platforms and all of the acts, for instance, Planet Hollywood and also the theaters in Las Vegas or wherever the Sawchuck performs, they have a high power on his ability to come into their halls to perform, on the days they will put him, on the kinds of shows they will put him on. However, the supplier of YouTube has limited powers over Sawchuck. It is an open platform. They have opened it for everybody to come on. He can put as many videos as he wants there. He can upload 100 videos, and if those 100 videos get only 50 likes or 100 views or 50 views, it doesn't stop YouTube from from leaving the channel open. YouTube will not shut down any channel because the views are 1 or 2 or 3. So what it means is that as far as Sawchuck is concerned, as long as he keeps producing content, the owners of platforms such as Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Twitter, they would allow him to upload. So their power over his ability to upload is limited. As long as he continues to produce content that is legal and not dangerous, they would allow him. As long as his contents are within the law of entertainment, of magic, he will be allowed to produce and upload his videos. So when it comes to supplier power here, there's a balance, a very healthy balance for him. Now, what he needs to do is realize that the suppliers who are very generous and who are very, very broad-minded and less controlling can help him drive traffic to the platforms of those suppliers that are very, very controlling and have a stronger power over him. So what do I mean by that? It means that YouTube as a supplier has limited control. They are not a very strong supplier in terms of controlling the content that comes in. So Sawchuck can use YouTube to drive traffic to the stage performances. And of course, the story tells us that if you have a certain number of subscribers and followers on your social media platforms, it becomes a negotiating tool, it becomes a bargaining tool for you with advertisers, with sponsors, and then of course with the viewers. Because you can engage, you can create so many other things. You can actually even have a live show on YouTube. So Sawchuck needs to know that he has this platform that is very good for him. So on the whole, how would I analyze the forces of Sawchuck's industry? I'll say it's balanced. It's a balanced industry because supply and buyer's power is moderate. It's not, even though it's high on one side, there's an opportunity to balance on this side. It's high on the physical side, theaters, show promoters, but there's an opportunity to balance that out using the social media, which actually gives the actor power to determine what happens to him. And that's why as we go further, you'll see the recommendations I make to him, that what are the outcomes he expects to achieve with video marketing. So he expects to create videos that can go viral. He wants to use the videos to increase his viewership and plans to use humor and surprise, leveraging his reputation as Dennis the Menace of Magic, to create more videos that can deliver stronger messages and keep him in constant touch with his subscribers. He has to decide whether he wants to be a stage performer or a YouTube video creator. For me, I think that what he needs to do, coming to the recommendation here, is what he needs to do is to first develop a strategy that will guide his content creation, because the video creation must complement his performances as a stage act. And so when we look at the way strategy is created, he first has a core ideology. What does he want to do? How does he want to do it? So I recommend that he develops a strategy that will guide the creation of the videos, and this can help him create commercial successes both on stage and on the social media platform, especially YouTube. It's clear that he wants to create the content in a way that leaves his audience wanting more and wanting to interact more with him. So when you watch a Murray Sawchuck video, the next thing you want to do is you actually want to see him do it physically. You want to touch him, you want to feel him, you want to be part of the experience. And so his videos are a means to also getting more acts to come and engage with him physically. So that's what I say. And I therefore advise him to develop a very, very, very focused content marketing strategy that would enable him to define the substance and structure of the videos. The substance and structure of the videos are very key, as this is what will influence whether his audience wants to see him again, whether they want to come back to him, whether they want to engage with him again, whether they even want to have anything to do with him again, whether they want to watch another video. So there must be that substance and structure in this way that enables him attract content, viewers, shares, sponsorship, and advertisements. It's very important. And this must be linked to his live performances. He cannot separate both of them. They're actually going together. They complement each other. You should actually have video performances. The video is not just about pranking. So instead of looking for a stage or trying to drive people to physical locations, you should drive them to his platform online, because that's one space that he has absolute control over. So he must define his structure and content in such a way that he can bring people to him. He should first develop themes around which his prank to be centered, or his acts, and then identify popular locations or places that align with the data from his past videos. So we're told that algorithms have shown that his audiences come from a particular area. So he needs to do two things. He needs to reinforce his relationship with his audiences in Texas, 94% of whom are male and between the ages of 19 to 34. He has to reinforce his relationship with them. And then he also has to reach out to he needs to analyze in detail the profile of those audiences, and then reach out to other such acts in other parts of the country. He needs to strengthen his base. And once he has strengthened his base, he can begin to look at other potentials, again, based on algorithms. He has to look at other potential consumers who can give him eyeballs and also come to his performances. he can engage with them, working with them. You can also let his audience know where he will be next, just to build excitement around it. Engage with them, communicate with them, create more excitement, possible inputs, and then of course it will enable him get better feedback from his audience. It will help amplify the content. He needs amplification. It will help amplify content he produces, as locals want to display affinity with their communities. So he has to have a very robust strategy that can capture the core drivers of consumer engagement on YouTube videos, and also what drives them to the stage and also want to talk to him. He can thus use video marketing as a means of creating awareness for his stage performances and increase ticket sales, whether he's having physical performances or online performances, because now he can actually create his own stage, create his own platform, and have his shows online. Because if he has up to 100 million viewers, there is no theater, no stage that can take up to 100 million viewers other than the digital media platform. So he has to understand that the digital media is beyond driving talent, audiences to the stage and theater. Just understand that platform is very robust. They can actually have people buy $1. You can have up to 1 million or 2 million people buy $10 tickets or $5 tickets, compared to people coming to buy $40 tickets to watch him physically. They can pay $2 to watch him. So he has to know that the online platform, the videos he creates, are more than just videos. It's actually a stage. It's his own personal stage that he can control. So he should use it to promote his stage performances. He should be used as an avenue to get social get-together with his loyal viewers, and this can also provide content for his YouTube channel. So he should know that the YouTube channel is actually his platform. He owns it 100%. All the social media content, all the online platforms that he has are within his control, so he should use it optimally, and the revenue he gets from there, he also does not have to share with the show organizers. So he should understand that he's really onto something big with his audience. He has to leverage on his audience to create a better brand for himself, to increase his commercial viability, sustainability, and then of course presence. Because when you create video content, they are there forever, unless of course something happens to YouTube or Facebook, which is very unlikely. So he needs to understand the full value of the platform and unlock all of it. So I see the video marketing as a strong complement of his stage act, and it is also a very key source for producing better commercial success, reinforcing his brand value, and also building loyalty amongst his audiences. So Sawchuck is onto something good. I would really advise him to pursue the digital media strategy more aggressively. Thank you. My name is Helen Emore, ISM PhD candidate, entrepreneurship and innovation. I hope you enjoyed my presentation.